The Science and Technology Department has approved 2 new research projects on COVID-19 vaccines. To discuss this in further detail, we have Undersecretary Rowena Guevara joining us live via Zoom. Good afternoon, Yusek Guevara. First off, could you tell us what these studies are all about and who are tasked to conduct these?
Okay, thank you very much for the chance to tell you the good news that we approved 2 new studies. The first one is a study evaluating the safety and immunogenicity of mixing different COVID-19 vaccines and vaccine platforms in Filipino adults. This is going to be led by Dr. Michelle De Vera from the Philippine Society for Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology and will last for 18 months. The other project is entitled Clinical and Serologic COVID-19 Surveillance among adult individuals who have fully vaccinated against SARS-CoV-2 in the Philippines. This is going to be implemented by the University of the Philippines, Manila, and is going to be led by Dr. Regina Berba, and collaborating with the Philippine Society for Microbiology and Infectious Diseases and the local government units and the Department of Health. And it will last for 1 year. Just a brief explanation. For the first one, we would like to know if we can mix different COVID-19 vaccines and vaccine platforms, meaning to say the first dose and the second dose will be different. And we're also going to study if we can do boosters, meaning to say you have a first dose and a second dose of the same brand and platform, and then you have a booster shot or a third shot of a different brand. The other one, the second project, is basically we'd like to know how the vaccines are working on the ground in reality and as our DOH and the LGUs roll out the vaccines.
Right, so Yusek Guevara, let's focus on the first project. First, I understand that there are several vaccine brands that you intend to try to mix and match. What are the specific vaccine brands that you're looking at for testing in this specific research?
Bottom line is that all the vaccines that the government is procuring, meaning to say that Sinovac, that's Pfizer, that's Moderna, and also AstraZeneca and Sputnik V, they're all going to be part of the study.
All right, so how does this work in relation to this to the Food and Drug Administration's authority? Do you still need to secure certain authorizations from the FDA, and what is your specific timeline here for this first project?
Of course, we need to get first the FDA approval to conduct the clinical trial for both projects. And second, we need to get the clearance from the Ethics Review Board because humans are going to be involved in this project. We imagine that it will take about 2 months to get all of those approvals out of there and make sure that the protocol is approved by FDA, and then we can start the project.
Right, so more or less 2 months is the amount of time it's going to take here in the Philippines as you do the local trial. But what about the data from studies abroad? What does it look like so far, and are things looking optimistic for the study here?
Charlie, they have just begun also the mix and match studies abroad. Like in the United Kingdom, I think they're just about 3 months ahead of us. And then in the other countries, they have also started doing this. And so we're almost all on the same timeline. But the important thing is that for our case, we will have the Filipino ethnicity as intrinsic part of our projects. So we will know how it works for Filipinos.
Okay, that's excellent news, Yusek. One last question before I let you go. How do you think the best case scenario would look like here for both projects? How do these studies intend to address issues on the vaccines and potentially boost the country's inoculation drive?
For the first project, the mix and match, it will tell us if, for example, worst case scenario, if we have delays in the vaccine such that the second dose of a particular brand does not arrive in time, it will tell us if it is okay to use a different brand as the second dose. So that's the good thing about the first one. And then for the second project, it will give us a very good idea of how long the vaccine's efficaciousness will last for us Filipinos. So we will know whether maybe after 6 months or after 1 year, we need another booster. That would be the question that will be answered by the second project.
Right, and we will be closely monitoring these 2 research projects under the DOST. Thank you for your time this afternoon. That was DOST Undersecretary, Ms. Rowena Guevara.